Spawning on the top left side of Preon Terraces. It was his opponent's pick for the map. We'll see how he plays it out. Playing for Dead Pixels, it's Patience.
In the bottom right, as the Red Terran, it's Reality.
And of course, this is actually the ace match, so you guys can take advantage of one of the brand new emotes on the channel. I want to see those little cards and spam in chat. I also want to see some more First Bloods, guys. We brought First Blood, at the request of many, we brought First Blood back into the map mod, and I would definitely love to see some of those First Blood daggers when First Blood goes off.
I wondered why Reality didn't put a supply depot at his front, and this explains why. I didn't see the SCV go out. Patience seems to be looking for specifically this, though.
Yeah, this, we've actually been seeing a lot more proxies of all oh no, he just barely misses it. We've been seeing a lot more proxies of all varieties, though. If he just took the Watchtower zombie rip, he would have seen this too. Oh, yeah. Patience!
I mean, what we see versus Zerg, I think they'll put the 2 racks, the 1 racks where Patience was scouting, but if they're doing it versus Protoss, or if they're doing like a factory afterwards, then they'll go for closer to that little ledge. So it's odd that the Patience actually did not scout a little bit farther at the very least, but he scouts the main, and that will tell him enough. Didn't actually scout the second gas.
It's, it's funny actually with the path he took around. The fact that he missed the barracks is pretty bad. But furthermore, I think if he just went straight across the map, he would have been more alerted to what was going on.
Yeah, yeah. Now he does see the factory, and he's got a second gas too. But the factories we really need to see, and we'll know that he doesn't. The pressure does not stop with the Reaper. It's going to be consistent pressure.
So the Zealot, I think we all know, is not going to be effective versus the Reaper, but the idea is it's supposed to take the hits. Oh, Zealot, where are you going?
It's gonna go to the other side of the map and try and kill us.
I mean, that's not a bad choice. There's First Blood with the probe. Reality with this Reaper, though, is seriously going to be annoying to deal with. The Mothership Core, when it pops out, can obviously stop this, but Patience trying desperately not to lose too much.
Oh, it's about to go pop. You just need 1 second on that overcharge, basically, and that Reaper is absolutely dead.
What?
The Zealot is moving across the map, and the Starport proxy is so odd.
Well, I mean, the really cool thing about this is the reason he's doing this is because there's no defense at home, and he knows there's not going to be defense at home. So, okay, yeah, you can repair a tech lab, you can repair a depot all day, but the Zealot's just going to hammer away at it until something comes out to stop it. So he's got a little bit of time to work with.
I don't think he was expecting Cyclone, I'm guessing? Is that what's going on?
Well, it's supply blocked because of that Zealot killing the SCV.
Yeah, he might have been expecting like a Widowmine drop. And then maybe like the Widowmine runs across the map. I'm not really sure. Who would expect the Starport to be proxied, especially in such a location?
If you're playing against somebody like Lily Canine, I think you expect this.
Yeah,
Not against Reality. This is going to be a Liberator proxy, no less.
Okay, well, all right.
Patience actually doesn't have any pylons set up to deal with Liberators.
I'm not really. Seeing the factory, first of all, you're like, okay, maybe Widowmine drops. Then seeing the tech up on the factory, and you think, I think it's Cyclone, because like tank jumps aren't really popular in TVP. So that's pretty much defensive, although it could run across the map. I mean, there's so few units just for both of them in general. Yeah, it is going to run across the map. But to expect the Starport to be proxied, I mean, Cyclone and Liberator is not it's not something brand new, but to see the Starport proxy, that is going to be a little surprising. They hit a little bit sooner.
I didn't realize it hit, by the way. I just assumed it was killed.
I don't.
Oh, these stalkers aren't even going to be home to deal with the Liberator.
He knows it's, it's a Liberator, right? He knows, obviously, right now. And I think that's if you thought things through, that's really the only thing he can do, because he got the Cyclone off the factory, and the barracks is proxied, so there's no reason he's going to get Marines for like a Marine drop with the medevac.
Losing that first Cyclone was a pretty big mistake.
So even though Patience might have expected like the Cyclone and the Liberator, or just the Liberator, he's always still having a tough time dealing with everything.
Yeah, I'll just start pushing it back a little bit, which is nice.
Still not mining from that natural. That starts soon.
But at the same time, he knows Reality isn't either, so this isn't such a pressured situation where, like, I gotta get my base up, I'm screwed. I mean, this is fine, because he knows that Reality has put himself behind with this one base opener. Now, Reality, I was hoping to see more factories. It's barracks. He's going to be going bio. He's just playing a much later bio because Stim's going to be hella late. The Climate Shield's later. I mean, the nice thing for Patience is he doesn't really have to worry about those big, hard-hitting attacks or drops for a long time.
So there's only one Liberator made, right? And the Starport went home?
Yeah, that makes no sense on why he did this.
Yeah, that's very confusing.
I think if this had worked better, he would have dedicated more into it. And I don't disagree with his choice to come home. It is just unfortunate that it was so wasted, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very low unit game. Now Patience is starting to get a nice number of stalkers, but to have 2 liberators, usually that's where they start to mess up. You know, they send probes back too soon, the probes stop, you know, they try and mine where the liberator is, that type of stuff. Only 1 liberator is, you know, fairly easy to deal with, but a little worried back at home, I suppose. So we try to get everything back as soon as possible. The barracks had landed, built a reactor, obviously, so some Marines around. Liberator's gonna get cleaned up and really didn't take too much with it, so that proxy, yeah, it was odd. Both proxies didn't really do a whole lot, so I think the Reaper did more than Liberator.
Well, as far as positioning in this game goes for Reality, okay, he's behind. There's no question about that, but he's got a nice defensive setup. The Cyclone should, in the ideal world, take care of the Warp Prism. Tank could technically hold against Adepts for a little bit of time, but man, this is... Like, Patience is going to have to really throw this hard to lose this game, I feel. I mean, the fact that Stim and Common Shield, I mean, they start together, which is good, but they start at like 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, Patience is doing all the right moves here. I mean,
oh
this
god!
Is what,
oh
damn,
my god!
That was a clever scan. This is what you want to do anyways versus a Terran. You know, apply a little harassment, apply a little pressure, and get a 3rd base up.
If he's paying attention, we got a medevac in the tank.
Yeah. But now, especially that he knows that there's a bit of a lead in that tech, then trying to get 3rd base was the right move. Now, he does have a very critical hold here, as Jody's actually pushing out with the tanks, which, I didn't really expect, and Patience might not have expected either, just because tanks, you know, they're not very good in low numbers.
The Warp Prism does go down, but the Adepts can actually kill Cyclone and these Marines, I feel. The Master Repair is hype, though.
Yeah.
Ah!
The Adepts are actually going to run away. Is it enough? Yeah, it's 3 tanks. I thought it was only 2, so that's actually quite scary.
But it is only 1 medevac to juggle them around. So it's not going to be super easy holding on to this. Stalkers do a blink as well. If they get that medevac, I mean, so much of this gets shut down, but he's going to go across the map?
Coming from the back? I'm not sure what he's trying to do.
Not a good engagement down here to take.
Getting the reinforcements is not a bad idea. Okay, there he goes. We'll lose a couple stalkers. That Cyclone is not being picked off. The tanks are being left alone. Militia Corps will kill them.
Right, and if this bought time for something else, I would love and applaud this, but it's not really buying time for anything. There's no disruptor coming out. There's
I guess
no,
he got another Warp Prism and Adepts. Well, not another Warp Prism. I guess his Adepts just like went around back into the natural. So a lot of his civvies did die, and maybe that's what triggered him for a base trade. He was like, well, I already did so much damage. If
that's the case, I like that move because, you know, Reality, he was already on behind an economy. It's even worse now. Command Center goes down. God, that could be game, frankly.
Oh god, it's gonna go down. Oh god. Oh, he didn't target it. He's not targeting it. Okay,
SCV's gonna repair it.
Oh dear god.
And it was in double digits.
And a lot of his stalkers are now very low.
But they're still alive. It's a bit of an issue. And
like tank shots will now actually be quite devastating. Well, okay, everybody's doing Immortals.
Yeah, the Immortals.
There's a better chance for Reality than there was.
But it's still not what it used to be. Red Sea Ding Dong for the 1-year resub. Thank you very much, sir.
It's a sick timing.
Alright, so this is what I love. If there's one way you can screw with tanks, it's either getting to the dead zone, obviously, or to attack from 2 different sides. If the Stalkers from the back distract the tanks so the Stalkers from the front can move in, boom, easy tank kills. If he kills this army, even at the cost of every unit Patience owns, it's worth it because of the damage he already dealt to Reality. He knows how far behind his Terran opponent is in this situation.
If Reality could just pack up and go home...
If he could recall.
Yeah, if he could recall. He might be able to do something like in the mid-game, it would have been now, but this game has been very odd. So basically, you know, he would have been able to do something with medevac drops. Because Terran always has that chance, but not going to get out of here alive. The Immortals actually aren't targeting the tanks too quickly, so they're getting some nice shots on the Stalkers, but it doesn't matter.
As said, though, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, he can take as bad of engagement as humanly possible, he still comes out ahead.
That's a pretty bad one. Doesn't have any bunkers back at home, really doesn't have that many units back at home. Not too many SCVs to pull in. Like, there's not a lot of hope here for Reality.
This is, I mean, first off, I'm glad to see Patience doing well because, let's be honest, we almost never see Protoss in the Olimoleague period. But it's a little bit sad because Reality was the guy we were really banking on carrying far through the tournament with Beyond being gone. I don't know who to cheer for anymore. Maybe alive? Question mark?
Not a great start. Not a great start at all. Patience, please.
I was going to say really quick because we talked about this on stream or in chat, but we didn't update it on stream. Alive and Sulky actually never started, so we will be casting them after this. So it'll be TVC Alive versus Sulky whenever this game ends.
Patience could be expanding behind this. Didn't bring a proxy pylon or a war prism, so that's why his reinforcers are walking across the map. Oh, that's a lot of sentries, damn.
It's odd to see that many sentries, but I guess Guardian Shields are going to be pretty nice.
I mean, force fields. That many force fields are going to be nice. Everything for the sentry is nice in this situation where you're just simply overwhelming the Terran with mostly gateways, gateway units. 3 Immortals is scary, but it's actually those sentries that I'm most scared about now. I mean, originally Patience was scared to go up that ramp, but he should have been scared. Now getting a little brave.
That choke it creates is disgusting on top of an already existing choke.
Yeah. And this doesn't, it doesn't matter that he's not breaking up the ramp. The point is he's getting a 3rd base. There is no counter drop going for Reality.
Oh, that one of mine was nasty.
I mean, Reality, if he survives, there's always a chance with Terran to do nice drops.
I'm surprised.
Always.
I'm more surprised when I see the Adept Signically transferred to the back of the middle line and just force Reality to split. I kind of don't like that he's going Death Ball styles. Like, I feel like the Adept, yeah, there we go. If those get behind the middle line, Reality has to pick and choose, defend the ramp or defend the SCVs. He can't do both, and he has to do both.
Oh, the Observer's still alive, and the Twitter mine's getting picked off. That's kind of his last defense up on the high ground.
Yo, what if Patience could use this fucking pylon back?
Oh, that would be pretty bad. Why would you suggest that?
I never noticed that.
Jesus.
Eki in chat wrote it, and I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought he had mentioned that Patience put a pylon over here. Big ass pylon there, but yeah, that's gonna be the end of the game.
Lame tap out, but yeah, it's looking that way.